Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Trey with TreyMixes.com. Quick house cleaning tips. Run over to TreyMixes.com, grab your free saturation book, start learning a little bit more about saturation and how to use it to make your mixes better. If this is your first time with us, we're now 10 or 11 episodes deep into this series, Mixing from Scratch, where we're mixing this song, all the parts, all the intricacies from start to finish, not leaving too much unturned if I can keep from it. So go back, check out some other videos in this series, follow along from the start, subscribe, find anything useful. Let me know if anything I've been showing you helps. So we've run all the way up to producing our main vocal. So here we go. Let's have a quick listen to see where we're at.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me.
Pretty great foundation. We've got our vocal really up front in your face. Sounds pretty crisp. Good performance given. And we're just doing everything we can to solidify, highlight that great performance, and make that vocal really pop through and drive this song. So today we're going to do some building on that. Now we have a compression and EQ foundation. We're going to build on through, and we're going to do our effects buses today. There's no right or wrong way to do this. We're not getting into background vocals yet. I have, through doing this a bunch of different ways, figured out that I like to get the music bed made really well, get the music sounding as good as I can. Then we work on getting the vocal sounding great on top of that musical bed. And so I want to make the lead vocal sound as great as I can and everything before we bring in the background vocals, and I'll bring the backgrounds and the doubles and stuff in to highlight, fill in the spaces, and support the lead vocal. Some people like doing everything dry first and then doing effects. I just like doing this in a section-by-section type basis, and we're going to make the vocal sound as good as we can. So the first thing I like to try to do, we'll see if this sounds good or not, is parallel compression on our vocals. Now, we've already compressed our vocal a lot, if you watched the last episode, in intervals of 2, 3, 4 dB. Not a ton, but we did over the course of several compressors, and it makes the vocal sound really even and in your face. But to help thicken it up, we're going to do some parallel compression and see if this helps it sound better. Now, I've already set up a parallel bus because I do this as a matter of default at this point. So we're going to go ahead and select that bus. We made it way back in the setup video, and it's right here, our little parallel vocal bus. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my favorite parallel compressor. Remember, I'm doing this all with free or stock plugins. And I love this TDR bus compressor. It's free. Go get it. And there's nothing wrong with using presets to get things done. They have a couple of vocal bus presets here. I like using the tight one because it's a more snappier form of compression, and the attack is set kind of quick down here at 1 millisecond, and that's going to really slam those transients but help me bring up the back end. So I like to use parallel compression to get the tail end of things to come up and use the primary signal to really highlight the transient material. So we're going to use this parallel compression in a supportive role. So let's mute this, and this is a pre-fader send, so that everything that goes to this send for our parallel compression happens before we affect our fader in any kind of way from the source material, which is great because then I can just adjust this fader for the parallel setting once I get it set the way I want to get it set. So let's have a listen and see what we're listening to.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me.
So you'll see I've got it really crushing this vocal. I pulled the threshold up to where we're getting like 9, 10, maybe even more decibels of compression, and I'm jumping on it really fast. Listen again, and you'll hear the front end of these words clamp down and duck, and the back ends come up fast.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Now, it doesn't sound that great all on its own because, well, we're compressing the crap out of it and really crushing this vocal and pulling all the dynamics out. But let's bring it in with the regular vocal and listen to what happens.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me. set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city.
You really hearing a lot of these breaths at the end come up a lot louder than it was. The tail end where the vibrato is on some of these notes is really starting to come out. So I'll turn it off and on in solo here so you can really hear the effect it's adding.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city.
It adds a certain amount of thickness to it that you kind of can't get. It's kind of any other way. It's kind of simulating maybe a little bit of a double coming in, but it's adding thickness and really bringing out the back end of our words. So let's try it in the mix and see if we can get it sounding the way we want.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be.
Right about there, it adds a lot of, check out those cool delays. It adds a whole lot of presence and in-your-faceness about it. You'll see when I mute it, whereas before we were just thinking, oh, this is a great level for these vocals. They're really in your face. Now check it out when the parallel compression is gone and we haven't changed the source at all. It really disappears and it loses a lot of its warmth and thickness.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me.
It's pretty powerful technique. So there's our first little effects bus. We're using parallel compression, and you could do a lot of things with parallel compression. Some people like to really saturate it. I like to do a lot of my buses separately. Sometimes if you parallel compress things and you bring it too much forward, you'll get a lot of extra frequency buildup and masking. I don't hear that really going on here. Not masking, buildup in like the low mids. It'll get muddy or it'll get overly harsh because you're compressing it so much. I don't hear any of that going on here, so we're not going to do any of that, but just be aware. Next, let's start working on some time-based effects and get ourselves a little space around our vocal. I love trying to do vocal delays before I start getting reverb onto things because delays can really give you space without a whole lot of muddying things up and losing your clarity. So I've created a little send for our next effect, and we'll use our stock stereo delay. And I have a preset that I always like to try first. And what it is it's just an eighth note delay. You can see here, it's synced to the song, left and right, and it's stereo. It's set all the way to full output mix because it's a send. And so we're going to be blending our original signal with our send. We're going to send it, and it's going to come back to the amount that we've sent to the bus. And what I like to do so it's not perfectly in sync is I like to add a little bit of deviation that you can do on the stock delay to the vocal delays on either side. So the left one is a different time than the right one. They're both began as 8-note perfect in sync with the tempo of the song, but you'll see the delay times on the left and the right are just off by about 50 milliseconds. And what that can do is really create an additional sense of space. So just to let you hear what we're doing here.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter.
Now, obviously that's way too much, but I want you to get a sense of what effect we're applying here. And sometimes it's a good thing to go over the top and bring it back. So what I've done is I've filtered out by default a lot of our lows and super highs. I'm going to bring our low cuts up a little bit, get some of those low mids out of there.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Very cool effect. So what that can do is really add some space and some movement and help push the vocal a little bit and help add some space to it so it sounds more live. So now you could copy these settings, by the way, and just, go for it. I have no feedback here because I just want it to be fast, real quick delays and go away. We don't need a bunch of repeated repeats, especially in a song that's kind of moving like this one is. So let's get in our mix and see if we like this effect.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Okay, let's try somewhere else and see if we still like it.
Oh, follow me. Follow me. No other options, only one thing to do.
Okay, you want to keep it kind of subtle, so you could hear there was a little bit too much.
It's only one thing to do. I don't care what lies ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
It's just a delay, not a reverb, and it gives that extra sense of space, and it begins to clear out quickly instead of reverbs that may hang too long. We're going to try reverb here in a second too, but I always like doing delays first to see if I like them before I move on to the next. I think this is sounding pretty good.
Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Very cool. So, but let's move on and try a vocal verb and see if it does give us in those spaces a little bit more of the depth that we're looking for, that sometimes you get in a lot of rock songs. Reverb is a good thing. So let's set up another send for Vox Verb. And again, you try these things, and just like we're trying now, if you don't like it, then you throw it away. Try something else. So let's go to our default convolution reverb in Logic. Let's see kind of what reverbs we got. Let's socal. I'm going to solo these vocals and then try a few and see if we find one we like. I always like to start with plates. So let's see what kind of plates we got. Well, one says vocal plate. Let's give it a shot, see what we like.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
It's all right. Let's try another one. Let's go a little bit bigger and see what we like. How about, why not? Let's try the biggest medium one we got.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Yeah, not really loving it.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Nice. Yeah, it's the name suits. Says nice plate. Why not? All right, let's give this one a shot. See how we like it. And we'll play around with it in the mix.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage, no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me. No time for guessing, follow my. Oh yeah. Danger is lurking around every turn.
I think it's a good reverb sound. Let's play with it a little bit. We can EQ the reverb, if I can see where I'm going. Let's get rid of a lot of junk that we don't really need. Let's be sharp about it too. Because we don't need a lot of rumble in our reverb. And I'm going to move up let's back off the length just a little bit.
No time for guessing. No time for.
We'll leave it as is. But let's move up our pre-delay.
No time for guessing.
So what pre-delay does is it's this much time before your first reflection gets out to the reverb and you hear the reverb. So it lets you have reverb without immediately jumping on top of the source input and clouding it up, making it seem muddy. You still get it to get in your face, and then you get the sound of the reverb. So let's adjust this pre-delay.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me.
See, if it's too big, it starts to sound like a delay. But if it's too short, you're not even getting an effect out of it.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me.
Okay, it's a little bright. Let's roll back our highs just a smidge.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead.
A little bit more.
No time for guessing.
Okay, I like that tail. It's good and shaped nicely, so let's see about it in the mix again.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me. Oh yeah.
Subtle. Unlike those guitar delays, not terribly subtle, but a subtle effect and effective in a mix to give you a sense of space and some movement in your vocal.
We'll escape from the city. I'll make it through, prove it to you. Follow me.
I should really do us all a favor and turn those down, but I can't. They're too awesome. All right, so we got our delays and our reverbs, and these are all subject to the approval of you and the people you're working with. If it's too much or you don't like it, that's fine. I am enjoying these vocal effects. I love what effects can do to vocals. But let's see if, since this is a rock song, we can add a little bit more grit. Let's make us, again, just an attempt. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we like. Let's try one more parallel saturation. So we'll call it Distortion, and let's go for a default Distortion plug-in. Let's just try good old Distortion, see what we get. And, just like with any parallel processing, a little bit can go a long way. But let's see what we're listening
No
to.
time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will.
Sorry about that. That's really loud. But we're just checking out what we got.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Okay, it's not bad. Really, a little distortion or a little saturation can go a long way in focusing the mids. So let's add another distortion or saturation plugin. Go to my good old-fashioned free, fantastic, I love it so much, saturation knob. Go get this thing, people. It's just awesome. And let's crank this sucker. Let's just go ahead and just mangle this and see what we get.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city.
You see, it's adding a lot of mid-range harmonic content here. Let's see if we can blend that in, see what we like.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead.
Actually, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's make us another pre-fader send. Let's send all of it over there, and we'll blend it that way. Just to see what we get.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow, no time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from...
Okay, I think I kind of like the first distortion plug-in. Let's try it in the mix and see if we like the grittiness and the grunginess we're adding to our rock song here.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow, no time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow, no time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust.
Okay, I hope you see what I did there. I was liking the tone of that saturation, so let's get rid of that. But it was getting a little bit too much of the mud back in it. So I just EQ'd the channel, pulled out some lows and some mud, and a little bit of what may be hiss, just to clean it up a little bit. And now check out our vocal again, and I'll turn off our parallel distortion.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will...
It jumps out a little bit. I'm not sure I like it. I think I might just throw this idea away. But all the same, it's a good thing to try. Go out there and try new ideas. If you want to try distortion on your vocal, give it a shot. If you like it, if you don't, no problem. It's just part of experimenting, learning new tricks, working your way through things. So again, it helps bring it forward a little bit. It adds a little bit of grit. If I go too much higher than this, I don't really like what it's doing. So no harm, no foul. My computer didn't bite me. No singer came running through the door with a knife trying to attack me. So no harm, no foul.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead.
See, there it gets a little too ringy.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow, no time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be.
I think I like the little bit of edge it gives it, but it's not the end of the world if it's something that you decide you can't use in your mix, or if they decide that the vocal is a little too harsh. Even if I like it, we can just turn it off. So I think that's going to be it for what we've done with our vocal buses. I think I like what's going on here. So we'll start with them off, turn them back on, turn them off, and we'll kind of compare where we started, where we ended up.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find our next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free.
There's a little bit of a volume change, but no big. I think it sits better in the mix this way. Parallel compression is the biggest thing that's helped push this, but we get a bigger sense of space. You can kind of feel it moving a little bit better with our time-based effects. Thanks very much for hanging out. We're going to move on to background vocals next time, unless we pull this up and hear something weird. We want to change something along the way. That's part of mixing. It's reactive. You make a change, make another change. You keep working your way towards the final product. Hopefully this has been fun so far for you. use these tricks for you in your mixes. Try different delay times, try different distortions, try different compression settings, but take the idea of that parallel compression can do wonders for your vocal, or that running parallel chains of effects and sends back to your vocal is a big deal for bringing your vocal up to a pro level sound and really bringing out a lot of more character into the song with these creative decisions. If you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the notification bell, share, all the regular stuff. Don't forget about going to TreyMixes.com. And if you hit the notification bell on YouTube here, you will get notified when the next one comes up next week. Thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed these. Y'all have a wonderful day.